Welcome, welcome, welcome. We are back. We are here for another epic eXp announcement today. I am very, very excited. We've had a lot of big things going on in the state of Colorado lately, and we get to add another powerhouse to the group today. So I would love to welcome Sarah to the group. Welcome to eXp, Sarah. We are very, very excited to have you a part of the group. I would love for you to share a little bit more about this tiny little town you are from in Colorado, and tell people a little more about who you are and what you do.
Thank you. Well, thanks for having me. I'm excited to be here. I live in Southern Colorado. The biggest town is Trinidad, and it's about 10,000 people. I service an area that's the size of Massachusetts, so it's huge, but we have about 12,000 people, so a little different. I moved here 5 years ago and started real estate 5 years ago too. So it was pretty different to move from a big city and try to encapsulate yourself into a small town where you didn't know anyone, and you had to just learn how they live down here and then get to know people. So I've finally gotten the trust of a lot of the local people down here and have gotten quite a few listings. It was a little tough at first, but it's growing really well.
And you've done, what, 100 transactions in the last 12 months?
Yes. Yep. So I just hit 1 at 1 actually. And then just been growing, ready to start with eXp and still doing the transition, but we should be up and running next week.
I love that. I love that. And then are you running solo? Do you have a team right now? How are you set up?
So I'm the only agent, and I have essentially my team is my husband, who does all my social media, marketing and bookkeeping, and just keeping me on track. And then I have a transaction coordinator.
Okay, very cool. And so you were with a small local brokerage, and you've decided to make a move to eXp, which is the fastest growing brokerage in the country right now. eXp is adding 1,000+ agents a week. So why make a move from the small local brokerage to the big international brokerage?
It was a hard decision. I mean, it is the best brokerage down here, but I believe that eXp's model is just completely different than any other brokerage company I've even looked at, especially down in these local areas. And I feel that it's going to be hard for them to compete with the model that's happening here. I mean, just the collaboration that we have with eXp. I've been on maybe 2 or 3 meetings with the group with you, and I've learned a ton of different ideas that I want to implement in my business that I think are just going to keep me ahead of the game down here, which is huge to my success. I mean, not knowing anyone down here at first, I had to implement ideas that no one else was doing. So eXp has really already shown me that that's very possible.
Yeah, I mean, the collaboration. I mean, I love getting in these rooms with so many amazing people. I mean, within our group, we've got, I believe we're up to 75 agents or teams doing 50 million plus in volume. And we get in a room together and collaborate on a weekly basis, which is crazy. I mean, it's so fun to be in there. And, when we started this thing, it was Dan Beer and myself leading it and everybody peppering us with questions. And now the fun part is, like, I just sit back and I grab my pen and paper and I'm just taking notes, because there's so many smart people in the group that it's like I get to learn a ton. And it's great because it's like, no matter what issue it is that I'm facing, no matter what decision I've got to make, there's somebody in the group who's faced that same issue, who's had to make that same decision. And some of them made the right decision and some might have made the wrong decision. And it's so nice to be able to bounce, these big decisions we make off of other people who've been there and done that before, because I mean, that's how we get to that next level and get there a whole lot faster, because it's like, I mean, you're crushing, right? You're doing 100 deals. What's the goal for you? Where do you want to be in the next, let's call it 3 years?
In the next 3 years, I would really like to start a team. It's hard to find agents that understand what the team is and how that looks and works. So I'm trying to reach out to some bigger areas to see if maybe we can get some movement down here. You really want to move here right now, so might be able to find some people on my team, and I could easily quadruple, if not more than that, just with some additional people.
Yeah. I mean, you got Grant Cardone over here at eXp, so you just got a 10x. I mean, we gotta get you to 1,000. You said there's what, like 12,000 people? That's like every home that sells, right?
Yeah, right, exactly. We sell a lot of land too. There is money in land, believe it or not. It's one of my favorite things to sell, and it's something that a lot of females don't actually like to do. It's a little intimidating to go out into the wild world of land and know that everything's going to be okay. You're not going to get lost, and you're not going to get eaten by a bear, and you're going to have fun doing it. And being outside is one of the funnest things that I do. So, yeah.
Cool. So in addition to the collaboration, what else are you excited for at eXp?
So the tools and the tech is huge. It's something that I've tried to get on my own, and it gets really expensive. I mean, I think the great thing about eXp is that they buy everything as a group, and so that just makes it a lot more reasonable. When you're selling 101 properties in a 12-month period, but that adds up to I think we've got it at 15 million. A little different than being in the city, so some of those expenses can really add up, but the tools and the tech are amazing, and I've always had my CRM is like my lifeline, so I'm excited to get that back going with eXp.
Yeah, I know when we made the move, we were able to cut down our expenses massively because, I mean, they're giving you a really cool system on the front end in KV Core. That's your website. It's the IDX search on the website. It's the CRM on the back end. It's where you run your marketing campaigns and all of that. And then on the back end, you've got SkySlope, which is great for transaction management and more importantly, task management. Because as you scale up from 100 to 200 till we get you to 1,000, you've really got to have those checklists in place. And so to be able to build out those task checklists on the back end of SkySlope, it's amazing how much more organized it can keep you. And as you build out a team and keep your team members organized, and instead of having to go in and fit the bill for these systems, which cost, each one cost hundreds of dollars per month, thousands of dollars per year, now you don't have to come out of pocket for all that, which is so huge.
Absolutely.
Very cool. What else are you excited for?
I'm excited to actually get to know you guys. I've been watching, I started with Tom Ferry, watching him and learning from him, and Grant Cardone has been a
All right. I think we lost Sarah. Small town Colorado. You never know what's going to happen. But I will go ahead and wrap this up. I just want to, again, welcome Sarah to the crew here at eXp and the Fast Forward movement. I'm excited to learn a little bit from her on what's working in the small town and on land, because right now it's hard to buy a house. A lot of people are looking to buy land. So it's going to be fun to learn from her. And it's going to be fun to share a lot of the stuff that we've learned over the years when it comes to building out a team and helping her build that out. So if you're watching this video, if you want to learn a little bit more about the opportunity with eXp, reach out to Sarah. I'm sure she would love to have a private conversation with you. She can share a little bit more about her journey and exploring it and how she made that decision that this was the right fit for her to leave the small broker and come over and align with the Fast Forward movement here at eXp. So shoot her a DM here on Facebook or Instagram. If there's questions I can help with, I'm always here to be that resource for you. With that said, let's wrap it up. I want to thank you so much for tuning in today. Sarah, welcome to the crew. We'll get that internet dialed in, girl. Have a good one, guys.